Okay, don't worry, I'm here. Eva, you can insult me all you want before you get back to work. Hi, everybody. Good evening. What's up, Satellite, Mizroy, Draknell, Brunhilde, Eva, Mizroy, Brunhilde, Eva, Satellite, Draknell. Hi, everybody. Happy, well, it must be Thursday, right? Gotta be Thursday if we're here. Hope you're all doing well. Man, rough day over here. Plenty of stress and anxiety on the front end, and then I get to wrap it up with a stomach ache, so. But I'm here. I made it. And I cooked dinner tonight, so the stomach ache is probably my own fault. So it's all self-inflicted, so yeah. Yeah. It's a constant affliction at this point. It's chronic. What's up, Chaos? What's up, 2Hit? Good to see you. At least you're wearing a shirt. That's how you know things are really bad. If I show up without. How about that Hexen? I didn't hear anything about a Hexen remaster. What's that all about? Good evening, PM Collector Boy. Good to see you. Hope you're all doing well. Yeah. Long day. Hi, Tradon. Good to see you. Yes. Forget about the troubles of today. Let us go back to 1995. A kinder, simpler time. I've just come back from the mall with a new Calvin and Hobbes collection. We checked the mail on the way in, and there's the new issue of Nintendo Power. And oh boy, flipping through, there's a preview of Square's next magnum opus, Chrono Trigger. Looking like nothing I had ever seen before, because I don't think I actually put it together that the Dragon... Well, the Dragon Ball guy, and the Dragon Quest guy, and the Chrono Trigger guy were all the same people. Brunhilde, thank you so much for the gift subs. I really appreciate it. More than ever. Oh, I really appreciate it. But yeah, I remember being so jazzed for Chrono Trigger. So excited for this. Is this Actraiser music? I don't think so. No, this is Dragon Knight 4. We're currently in a big block of Dragon Knight 4 music. In about 12 minutes, it's gonna switch over to Dungeon Master for like one track. And then we're gonna be on Energy Breaker for like 20 minutes. Thank you, Brunhilde. I do really appreciate it. Doesn't everybody like the Majima pop-up? I mean, he's everywhere. And the Kid Dracula guy. Energy Breaker is a game I'd like to see more of. Along with dozens of others, certainly. Good evening, Deep Thought. Good to see you. Good evening, Justin Brett. Good to see all of you. We need to circle the wagons and let waves of nostalgia just wash away our troubles. For they are great and many. Mostly like when Osh feels so is okay, I hope this isn't how you're tracking my levels of despair by my facial hair. I just picked particular I like the home. I picked particular days of the week to shave, and like today and yesterday my wife had to go to the office, so I had a lot more to do around here. Had to corral the kids, had to take care of stuff around the house and stuff. Tomorrow, she'll be here. I can go jogging. I can have a nice long shower afterwards. So it's an easy target. Yeah, I know. I'm full of them. Wasn't that, it'd be something else. Got that white guy's chic beard. The unshaven neck beard look. The male pattern baldness. I got it all, chat. I'm total package. What's up, MST3KXer91? That is quite a mouthful, but I know what you're on about. I know what you're here for. I did do one fun thing today. After my very much job hunting and whatnot, while my daughter was at tutor, I indulged in a little bit of Timberborn. I worked a bit on Bubtopia. I completed the explosives industry. Oh my god. I don't give off neckbeard? That might be one of the nicest things anyone's ever said about me, Beth. I appreciate that. But yeah, I built out the explosives industry in Timberborn. I built a wheat farm. I built an entire bread production chain, chat, over in District 3. I deforested the area. I built a wheat farm on the steppes. I built a mill and a bakery up in the mountains. I built a really convoluted warehouse network to hold it. I don't know if you have fucking beavers right before I start metalworking, boom, everyone dies of thirst. Yeah, I've been paranoid about that. I've been making sure that their food, I've been real good about their food and water supply. What collapsed today was the lumber industry. I did not have enough logs to do what I was trying to do, especially once I started baking bread. Because you need wood for the ovens, and that's an extra stressor on that. However, it came just in time as I got explosives. So I started irrigating the cliff tops, and I planted a vast oak farm. So I've still got like what is this? Yay, look at my little choo-choo. Look at that, chat. Thank you. Brunhilde, once again, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. It's a beaver that's very embarrassed. I know, Dave. I know. But I'm turning it around. We still got a couple weeks to go. But once that oak farm comes in, we're gonna be set on wood. And yeah. Now that I have explosives, I'm gonna start redirecting water and stuff. Thank you, Brunhilde. It's the thought that counts. It's not the thought that pays mortgages, but you know, take what I get. Jack saying my wallet is releasing moth. Yeah, I'm certainly not the only one in dire straits here, so. Can't find a way to donate the money. Oh. Our Dominic Drake Nell. I deeply appreciate both of you. The edible, thank you. It'll be okay, chat. I'm an anxious person. I'm getting, anxiety is taking more and more hold of me as I get older, but at my very core, at the very heart of my being, I am a hopelessly optimistic person. I know things will get better. I just have to hold out until they do. That's the notion that keeps me going. That's what gets me up in the morning, gets me out jogging, gets me through my searching and chores and whatnot. I'll get there eventually. It might take a while. It might be a very painful path, but I will get there eventually. Yeah, see, Chaos, I just don't think about that. I just don't think about that. I can't think about that. Especially when certain deadlines loom. Just gotta keep the faith. There's nothing else to do, really. I know it was planned. It was a stealth drop. Bethesda pull Hexa and Heretic out of nowhere on Steam. That's kind of cool, actually. Yeah, no, I get that. I totally get that, and I genuinely don't know what to tell you. I only know what keeps me going. You know, I don't have any answers right now. If I did, I would feel a lot better. But yeah, all I can do is keep going. Take joy in the things that I have, like this stream, and y'all coming to hang out, and put aside my worries for another time. My father told me something a long time ago that has helped me across decades. One of the most useful things he's ever told me in my life, because I have anxiety, chat. I worry. I can paralyze myself with worry. I can make myself physically ill with worry. And my dad understood this when I was a kid, and he told me, he sat me down and he told me that worrying is pointless. Because if you have a problem and you can do something about it, you should do something about it. You should do whatever it is that you can do. And if you can't do something about it, well, why worry? Because there's nothing you can do about it. And worrying certainly isn't going to make you better prepared for whatever it is. And I mean, it's a very simple concept. It's a very simple thing to put forward. Oh yeah, he absolutely was. He absolutely was. But you know, you can find wisdom in the strangest of places, and he was right. He was right. Worry really does serve no purpose. I don't get to pick what I do and don't worry about. Well, I don't either, but my point is having, like, thinking about that helps me worry less. And that's something that I need. That is something that I need. So, keeping that in mind with me all this time has kept me from going insane a number of times. Including right now, so. What's up with chat tonight? What is up with chat tonight? What's going on? What's going on, everybody? Yeah, the only really interesting thing I have to share is I played some Timberborn today, and Beaver Society is expanding. New explosives industry, new bread making, new tree farms, new stuff. I unlocked a whole bunch of tech. The next thing I'm gonna do, I was trying to get around to mentioning this. The lake that District 3 was built around, I'm gonna blow out one of the sides of it. I'm gonna like blow a canal in the side of it and dam up the other side and change the flow of it so that hopefully I can irrigate all of the steps on the edge of the map and expand the farming industry there. But also, now that I have explosives, I can tunnel straight through mountains and stuff. So I heard you heard blow up. Dynamite in Timberborn is very satisfying. Oh, you know what? Actually, that's nice. You should be good at that. You're very irrigating. Thank you, Manic. I do what I can. Actually, before I launched into Timberborn, I tried playing some more Startopia, and I hit a mission that is hard. I hit a mission that is based around conquest and combat. And I think this one's gonna take a couple tries. It's mission 7 for the Gore Kingdom. All the missions up to that point, I've been able to clear on the first try, but this one I failed hard. So that's gonna take some doing. But it's still very fun. I might actually dip on the missions and do some sandbox play to brush up on my economy skills there. So. But that's all tales for another time, I think. We need to get to the magazine, chat. I know y'all are waiting for what lies after this. We all know Chrono Trigger. We know this game. You might have noticed I haven't actually opened game requests yet because there's no point. You don't need to request Chrono Trigger. We are gonna play it at some point. But once we get past this, once we get to the it came from Japan feature, oh, we'll throw those doors wide open. Reminded Mad Rat Dead during a Pathfinder session last night. Reminded me that I need to get you to play the demo. Okay. I don't know what that is, but okay. So let me remind you of the schedule. Let me let you know what's going on, and then we'll go through the Chrono Trigger feature because I'm honestly curious what they have to say about this. Since it's still a couple months away. But yeah. Tonight's Power Hours, chat. You know that. Did someone say Pathfinder? Tonight's Power Hours. Saturday is also going to be Power Hours. Remember coming and blathering about years ago, rhythm platformer on the Switch? PS4. I know, you know me. What do you know about me and rhythm games? I don't have anything against rhythm games. I just don't play them very often. Yeah, Power Hours tonight, Saturday, tomorrow night, Grim Dawn Community Multiplayer Night. If you play Grim Dawn, if you'd like to roll up a new character and roll through, hopefully, the entirety of Act 1, I think that would be cool if we could actually make it all the way through. Then join up. We'll select our party randomly. If there's more than 3 people that want to do a multiplayer night, then the rest of y'all can certainly gather together and do something. But yeah, we'll see what we can do tomorrow night. No stream on Sunday. I don't stream on Sundays. I never stream on Sunday. And then Monday, if you missed the announcement, we're finally doing Earthbound on Monday. It's time, chat. We've rolled past the previews and features for it in Nintendo Power. The time is nigh. We're doing Earthbound on Monday. I have a suggestion. I think Arcane made. If someone wipes out, you will. Oh yeah, certainly. If I'm not gonna kick anybody. I'm not gonna rotate people through the night. But if people have to leave, I'll certainly bring somebody else in. Might as well keep the party as full as we can. So in that sense, it would behoove people who are interested in doing the night to roll up a new character on their own or in their own multiplayer game anyway, and kind of keep pace with us. So that if you're called upon to sub in, you can do so conveniently. But yeah. And I guess the only other announcement is not tomorrow, but a week from tomorrow is going to be our August community night. It's coming early this time. Shadows and y'all are clearly very excited about this one, so we're going to go ahead and fire it off. Y'all picked a very eclectic mix of games. A lot of stuff in there that I'm interested in seeing or revisiting, so. Says out Grim Dawn today. Update the files right now for Grim Dawn tomorrow. Excellent. Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. For now, chat, let's talk about Chrono Trigger. Welcome back to July of 1995. Volume 74 of Nintendo Power. Can we just take a second? Take a second to reflect on the fact that we've read through 73 complete issues of Nintendo Power coming up on this. Like, we have been doing this for years at this point. And we're not even halfway. We have years and years of the Power Hours ahead of us. I like to reflect on that from time to time. You know, some things in life are fleeting. Some things can change at a moment's notice. You know, things come and go, times change, people change. But the power hours is eternal. The power hours never ends. We have always been at war with Nintendo Power, chat. Has Square Enix done anything with Brave Fencer Musashi? I would love an explainer 5 about the inside baseball on Square's decisions during this time of what they would localize and what they wouldn't. I would love to hear why they chose the games they did and why they passed on other ones. I know you're talking in general, like why aren't they doing anything with Brave Fencer Musashi now? But it occurred to me, like, there were so many huge choices made, not just Square either, but like Enix and Atlas and a bunch of other ones were making some seriously impactful decisions on what Oh my god, Nesquick, thank you so much for the gift subs. Very much appreciated. Thank you so much. It is appreciated now more than ever, let me tell you. But yeah, why did they decide to do? You know what? Square, of course, would be very, very interesting because they were juggling a ton of games. We're gonna see some of them later in the Japan only section. Enix in particular, what were they doing with Dragon Quest at the time? Like, I know Dragon Quest had trouble finding its footing in the West. It was never the breakout hit that Final Fantasy was. But they still put out the first 4. And it seemed like they did well enough to justify it. Why did the Super NES ones never make it? Huge question mark for me. Love Chrono Trigger, seeing someone play it makes me happy. Aw, I appreciate that. I must be forthcoming with you. We're not gonna play it tonight because I'm setting it aside for the hopefully near future to do a full playthrough over many nights. But we're definitely gonna talk about it tonight, and then we're gonna play some way weirder stuff. I know, scandalous. I feel extra guilty after those gift subs too. But don't worry, Chrono Trigger is an all-time favorite of mine. It will get the time and attention it deserves on my channel. I'm behind. I'm starting a full playthrough of Earthbound on Monday. If you missed that announcement. So if you're also a fan of Earthbound, oh, well, I appreciate that. I do appreciate that very much. I try to keep people as happy as I can around here. Keep balance expectations, keep things moving and such. Speaking of, let's talk about their preview of Chrono Trigger. Ness is the goat to Smash. As the biggest and best RPG in history nears its release date in America. They're talking about anything other than Chrono Trigger. I might really lay into them for this one, but I mean, we live here in the future, and we know the impact that Chrono Trigger had on the game industry, so. Epic Center begins the exploration with an overview of Chrono Trigger's main characters, features, and plots. If you love Final Fantasy III, Mana, or Zelda, Chrono Trigger is guaranteed to become your new passion. Okay. I know what you're thinking. Name drop Final Fantasy III, what we now know as Final Fantasy VI. Totally fair. Also an RPG. Also from Square. Cool. Name drop Mana. Also from Square. Kinda towing the line of an RPG, right? Zelda, though. Zelda. Excuse me, Nesquick. Proving the old adage right that every Final Fantasy is somebody's favorite Final Fantasy. All right, I feel obligated to remind y'all that at this point, at this point in Nintendo Power and the gaming industry as a whole, RPGs, action adventures, simulators, building sims were all kind of rolled together into this sort of like homogenous faux genre of, I would describe it as games that require a greater player investment. Like obviously an RPG like Final Fantasy III, we now know as Final Fantasy VI, is not the same thing as The Legend of Zelda Link to the Past, is not the same thing as Pacific Theater of Operations, is not the same thing as SimCity. But in a sense, these games that expect dozens, if not hundreds of hours from the player to invest in them do kind of stand apart from your platformers, your puzzlers, your shmups, your arcadey style score attack games. Final Fantasy City Builder, I would kill for that Nesquik. Oh my god. Final Fantasy is one of those franchises that I really wish had branched out even further. I might have gotten a monkey paws wish there with all the mobile games they did. But yeah, Final Fantasy is one of those franchises that I really wish had gotten just weird with their side games and just explored like every genre possible. In a sense, I'm the sexiest person on this planet. It's all a matter of perspective, really. I'm not like, I don't know, I'm not really making a judgment call here. Yeah, if somebody came to me and said like, dude, I just played Link to the Past for the first time, I fucking love it, what's next? I'm not gonna suggest Chrono Trigger. I'm not gonna suggest Final Fantasy III, what we now know as Final Fantasy VI. I might suggest Secret of Mana. Maybe. And in that, you might be able, you can maybe trace a little connective tissue there. From Zelda to Secret of Mana, which is another like top-down action-y adventure thing, but with more RPG elements, to an actual RPG. I'm not saying it makes sense. In fact, if I had to guess why Nintendo Power did this at all, it would be just to name drop a first-party game in the middle of this Square fluff piece. But yeah. Would absolutely recommend Chrono Trigger, Final Fantasy III, we now know as Final Fantasy VI. Oh yeah, absolutely. Like there's nothing. Chrono Trigger has some stylistic uniqueness to it, but it is a JRPG through and through. It is very much cut from the same cloth that the Final Fantasies are. Chrono Trigger is almost as good as Paladin's Quest. You're lucky people can't punch through the internet. Just straight up recommend Chrono Trigger to most people getting into RPGs. It wouldn't be a bad starting place, really. I think we've talked about this before. Manic, you literally got threatened. I'm looking out for Manic, okay? I'm here to help. If you're a fan of ActRaiser 2, the Chrono Trigger might be for you. We don't know. These games mystify us. Seems cruel if you play the best one first and it's all downhill from there. I mean, like, that's always a hard thing, though. Because the flip side of that is, well, you better start with the worst ones because you have a better chance of appreciating them before playing the good ones. Like, do you suggest somebody start with Chrono Trigger, or do you suggest somebody start with, like, Final Fantasy 1? You know? Which is not the worst one, mind you, but I think still illustrates the point. Like, and for some people, they need they need that level of quality. They need the best outing. They really need to be sold on it to learn to open up and love the genre and then explore other games, even if they might not measure up, you know? I should just invest in Zelda. Just invest in Zelda, bro. I would not suggest someone start with Final Fantasy 1. I would suggest they start... Yeah, I would never suggest somebody would start with Final Fantasy 1. That would be madness in the year of 2025. Final Fantasy 4 is not a bad place to start, yeah. Only complaint I have about Chrono Trigger, the second time you get prehistory, the game drags a little bit. Preference-wise, I wish Zeal lasted longer, too. Zeal is my favorite part of the game. Love Zeal. I started with Final Fantasy 1 because I didn't know any better. I started with Final Fantasy 1 because I was gaming when Final Fantasy 1 came out. Final Fantasy 1 was a contemporary for me. I had an NES. I had Final Fantasy 1. I was terrible at it. I didn't beat it until I was in, like, high school, I guess? I played it a lot as a kid. I beat my head against it so long. Yeah, thank you, Drake Nell. It's past my bedtime already. I went, chat, since we're doing bonafides here. Final Fantasy 1 was my first RPG. And then from there, I can't remember if I did Final Fantasy Legend, what we now know as Saga, or Dragon Quest II next. I had Dragon Quest, I think it might have been Dragon Quest II. And then Final Fantasy Legend. And I didn't beat either of them. Yeah, I went Final Fantasy 1, Dragon Quest 2, Final Fantasy Legend 2, Final Fantasy 2, what we now know as Final Fantasy 4. That was the first RPG I actually beat. I didn't beat the other ones. But yeah, Final Fantasy 2, Final Fantasy Legend 2, I didn't beat that one. And then Final Fantasy 3, what we now know as Final Fantasy 6, and I beat that one. And then I had a couple other RPGs on Super Nintendo that I might... Hang on. I gotta remind myself. I gotta look at the physical collection here. Chrono Trigger. I got and beat Chrono Trigger. Secret of Mana, if you want to count that. I know that's kind of towing the line. And then post Super NES. Post Super NES, I got into PC gaming. And I beat Fallout 1. I actually never beat Fallout 2 until I streamed it, if you can believe that. I played all the way through it. I got to the very end once, but with a build that was uniquely unsuited to finish it. Yeah. And then I eventually picked up the Final Fantasy. I picked the Final Fantasies back up with 7 and beat that, and 8 and beat that. Really missed out on all those. Final Fantasy 13 was your first, so you know rose tinted glasses went backwards. I gotcha. I gotta say, I can't imagine what that experience would be like. You know, I literally grew up with the Final Fantasy series. You know, the series evolved as I grew. So it's hard for me. It's funny, even doing the power hours and going back and playing stuff that I missed out on, it's hard to imagine like experiencing something like the Final Fantasy series like that. Remember hearing about the Fallout Oh, dog meat, yeah. Good old dog meat. Anytime I buy a console, period, I need to have at least 2 or 3 RPGs for it. I feel like I have a solid library. I'm not married to RPGs, but once I got over my whole childhood console warrior thing, my litmus test for consoles are there like 4 or 5 exclusives on it that I really, really need to play? And like I didn't get a GBA until the SP because of that. I didn't get a DS until the DS Lite because of that. I got a PS2 a while after the fact. Yeah, I got a PS2 like 2 years after it released. I got a Dreamcast when they canceled it. I got I got an Xbox 360 in Japan because everyone in Japan hated it, and I was able to get it for a song. Free is more around 10 exclusives they need for a considered console. That's a good way to look at it, honestly. Halo basically made Xbox relevant. PlayStation was crushing it otherwise. God, you're right about that. I remember freshman year of college, how many people in my dorm had Xboxes just for Halo. Everybody was on that shit. I wonder if TSR thought at the time about most of Final Fantasy 1's monsters lifted wholesale for deity. They probably didn't notice, you know? You gotta remember, this is a time before the internet. Like, if nobody from TSR was like a crazy NES RPG fanatic, they never would have noticed. I can't imagine people were like chomping at the bit to go out of their way to tell them about it. The OG Xbox or Dreamcast or the successors of the Sega series. Shenmue 2, Jet Set Radio Future, Sega GT 2002. I see. And we had that conversation about how much D&D First Edition impacted JRPGs. We don't need to. I mean, we have Final Fantasy 1. They basically coded their own like game session into a cartridge. What's up, QT Goat? Good to see you. When I went back to Diablo 2 and got through normal, I was grinding all morning for a certain type of job. Ugh. Blah. Doesn't sound like much fun. Do you know why that happened? Because they liked it? Is there really more of a story than that? Dragon Quest 11 made you happy? Because it felt like Dragon Quest was in a weird spot until 11 did so well. Yeah, that's true. 11 was the first one that did like really, really, really well internationally. First edition was the only translated edition for years. Oh, okay. Did you get sucked into the Diablo mobile game? No. I am on the outs with Blizzard for a number of reasons. I've had enough of them. Diablo 3 was my last turn with the Diablo franchise, and I enjoyed it. I think I may have actually enjoyed it more than Diablo 2 even, and I'm talking like launch Diablo 3, like pre-expansion. I really got into it, but yeah. Blizzard dropped a lot of balls as far as I'm concerned, and I'm not hanging around to see if they pick any of them up. It did pretty okay internationally. 9 didn't. 4, 5, 6 didn't. Joker 1, 2 didn't. So Japan has dog kobolds instead of dino kobolds. Like the gameplay of Diablo 3, damn, I hated the story. Same. Gameplay was great. Story was war crime bad. Like, their writers should have been fucking ashamed of themselves. They absolutely should have. But yeah. Anyway, let's talk some more about Chrono Trigger. Like I said we were going to do like half an hour ago. Squaresoft's upcoming RPG Chrono Trigger is destined to be its biggest game ever. Until the next one. Massive 32 megabit game has all the elements attracted hundreds of thousands of players in the Final Fantasy series, but it improves on Final Fantasy in almost every area. In fact, once you begin playing Chrono Trigger, you'll wonder how you were happy with anything less. I actually prefer Final Fantasy 3 to Chrono Trigger. Honestly. I think in retrospect, I enjoy playing through Final Fantasy 3 more than Chrono Trigger. I haven't played Chrono Trigger in a long time, but I think that's part of it. I've played through Final Fantasy 3 multiple times. I played through Chrono Trigger like twice, I think? Maybe? I want to say twice. I'd have to check my cartridge to see how many of the save slots are filled. Argument to make about that sense about the overall quality, not gameplay choices. Yeah, they're just, you know, at the end of the day, they're different games. Chrono Trigger does things differently from conventional JRPGs. And it really depends on how into that you are. There are a lot of things that I love about Chrono Trigger. I'm never gonna argue that Chrono Trigger is a bad game. Chrono Trigger is amazing. You know, it is an all-time great. It deserves to be on the pedestal it's on. But for me, I don't consider it to improve on Final Fantasy VI necessarily. I think it improves in some ways and steps back in other ways. Go back for Chrono Cross any day of the week. We've discussed this. Yeah. I think I'll keep the peace and keep my Chrono Cross opinions to myself for tonight. As reported last month, the Epic Center, the award-winning development team at Square made dramatic improvements to graphics, sound, and gameplay. The variety and quality of the graphics became apparent early on as you walked through the Millennial Fair. True! Millennial Fair is an excellent hook for the game, an excellent showcase of how far they went with the graphics and detailing. It's a fucking train wreck garbage fire of a game. Or later, as you watch in horror as the Day of Lavos is replayed on a computer console showing the devastation of Earth. You race on a jet bike in the far distant future or shunt through a time warp to the age of dinosaurs. Animations range from the leaping attack and magical tech shots during battle to cinematic plays set a new standard for video games. They're not necessarily wrong about this either. I think Chrono Trigger honestly made a really big step forward. Having the battles occur right there on the map and actually having like specific enemy layouts depending on how that particular battle scene was laid out, like having enemies up on like balconies and on staircases, hiding behind trees and stuff. Like that was all super cool and stuff that I don't really remember other RPGs at the time doing, at least not on Super Nintendo. Oh boy. Oh boy. I'm neutral party here. I'm gonna read out some of these opinions, chat. Chrono Cross is a waste of great art and music, in my opinion. Actively seems to dislike being played. That's my hot take. Chrono Cross, I would agree, more or less was hard to get into. Chrono Trigger and Final Fantasy 6, generally I do prefer Chrono Trigger. One thing I do prefer about 6. Yep, the 4-party, yeah, having a 4-person party instead of 3. I would prefer no murder in chat tonight, actually. I would prefer. Your opinion, the big problem with Chrono Cross is it doesn't really work as a sequel to Chrono Trigger. It also doesn't really work as an independent game either. So now JRPG avoider, I don't know. You don't have to. That's the beauty of it. You don't have to, Fury. No. No murder or minimal murder. I will just since we're here and this is what we're talking about, and it is the topic of the moment. I will say this. I will say this. I have a number of problems with Chrono Cross. It's not just one thing. There are a number of things I don't like about it, but chief among them, I think the story in Chrono Cross is an absolute mess. Particularly as a follow-up to Chrono Trigger. Because Chrono Trigger's story is extremely straightforward. Stop the apocalypse. You can try to encapsulate Chrono Cross's story into a sentence like that. The problem is, if you tell somebody who's never played Chrono Cross that little capsule description of the story, and they start playing it, they're gonna think you fucking lied to them. Its story is such a convoluted mess. The synopsis isn't even gonna start to make sense until like 40 hours in. I think PS1 era squares when they got really obsessed with metaphysics, and for me sometimes it works, like sometimes. Yeah, I don't like. I respect what they tried to do. I will say that, and they made a gorgeous game out of it. Like they really, really did. Like they worked the PS1 to its limits, both visually and on the audio front, and I'll certainly always respect it for that. But yeah. When you get really ambitious and really experimental with your narratives, it's not always going to work out. And I wish they hadn't done it with Chrono Cross. I wish they'd done it with some random new IP or something. But not what people thought was the direct follow-up to one of the biggest RPGs of all time, when it actually wasn't. It was actually the third game, and for a huge amount of the audience, they didn't get to play the second one. That's kind of a problem up front. Chrono Cross is practically a new IP other than the name, yeah. So sad we never got Chrono Break. I'm not. I'm not, because after Chrono Cross, I mean, what's there to expect? I've only ever played. Okay, Dave. So this, okay. I'm sorry. I'm so gobsmacked by this. I didn't realize people like you existed. How do you feel about Chrono Cross then? Having only played Chrono Cross and never played Trigger, how did you like it? How did you feel about it? Maybe it works a lot better, like, standing alone. Is Radical Dreamers really its own thing? I was under the impression Chrono Cross was included an expansion on Radical Dreamers, but I didn't play it. So there is, frankly, like, kind of a remake of Radical Dreamers. Another problem is, because of that whole Radical Dreamers connection, there's a big chunk in the middle of Chrono Cross that doesn't feel like it's connected to anything else. Because it is connected to something else. It's connected to Radical Dreamers, which nobody in the West fucking played. I like Chrono Cross. Magic system was interesting. There's a million characters you can recruit. That's for damn sure. Chrono Cross is neat, and I think the Chrono Trigger part is unnecessary. It's just a blink and you miss it part. that would be easier to stomach if the blink and you'll miss it part of the connection didn't do the Chrono Trigger characters as dirty as humanly possible. Like, went out of its way to shit on the legacy of Chrono Trigger. Few games like that are better if you don't have expectations. Like Dark Souls 2 is a better game if it wasn't called Dark Souls 2. Having played a significant chunk of Dark Souls 2, I know what you mean. Yeah. Radical Dreamers is Chrono Cross if it happened following another ending of Chrono Trigger. There's a lot I like there in Cortana where Cross was plotted. That was a really interesting build off it. Yeah, and Tradon, that's exactly what I'm talking about. The core tenet of Chrono Cross's plot is a neat idea, but the problem is you're not even going to have an inkling that's what's going on for dozens of hours. You have to do so much in that game and deal with so many other plot threads and directions before you even realize what the point of the game is. The reason I was an exclusive PC gamer up until the early aughts, then I got a roommate that had some consoles and play what I had. Also, somebody said, what was it? Keep Tiga, you played Chrono Cross forever knowing about Chrono Trigger. Never actually got far in attempts to play Chrono Trigger. That's so interesting. That is so interesting. I played Cross but not Trigger. My opinion is Chrono Cross is a bad game with a nonsensical narrative, no personality, just characters. It was pretty and has good music. 2 cents on Chrono Cross, watch friends Big Brother play it for like an hour, it looked like a JRPG. I haven't played any of the chronograms, I have no idea what you're talking about. Chrono Trigger DS had some additional stuff trying to tie it into Cross a little bit. It's weird to, yeah, no, that's bad. That's bad. That's not what they should have done. They shouldn't have updated Chrono Trigger to Link to Cross. They should have updated Cross to Link to Chrono Trigger in better ways. Like, changing everything about how it's linked. I feel people hate on it for surface level reasons. I really don't. I played the entire way through Chrono Cross, and they're very deep reasons why I don't like it. It's been an hour, let's get some gameplay. I'm sorry, Fury, are you new here? Have you never been to one of these streams before? We've reached the threshold where maybe we'll get to games tonight. What? Okay, thank you, Tradon. I just wanted to make sure. Just wanted to make sure. Aiming for a pair of pages. I hate to tell you this, the Chrono Trigger preview is 6 pages long. So not only do we have to turn the page once, not only do we have to turn the page twice, we have to turn the page thrice before we get to actual games to play. So hold on to your asses, ass holders. Flip the page, please, I'm dying. Why don't you just skip it? Because I want to hear what they have to say about the preview. Like, that's what's interesting to me. Like, the Power Hours is not just about finding games in Nintendo Power. It's also about, like, game journalism. It's not about ethics and game journalism. It's about game journalism and marketing from the 90s. You know? I think part of what's so fascinating about doing this is seeing how games were sold to people 30 years ago, right? Before marketing became so overt. So, yeah, exactly. We know Nintendo Power has no ethics. We're past that. We've moved beyond that. So I think it's really interesting to examine how they push, you know, big new properties like this. Chrono Trigger is not first party, it's third party, but at the time at least, Nintendo and Square were still joined at the hip, and the success of Square's big flagship games was an integral part of Nintendo's success on their system. So seeing what they did in Nintendo Power, I think, is really interesting. Power is about lording our present knowledge over how wrong they were then. Yeah. Actually, you're right. I'm just sitting here eating dessert and trying to follow the discussion. Final Fantasy VIII is probably the PS1 Square RPG I have more of a beef with. Stuff you really like about it, junction system badly thought out, level scaling. Yeah, Final Fantasy VIII and Chrono Cross are very similar experiences to me. There are things I really don't like about Final Fantasy VIII. I am curious about revisiting it though, because I had a weird experience. I'm not gonna spoil. I won't spoil 8 for you. I promise. We won't talk in detail about 8 here. Chat. Don't spoil Final Fantasy VIII. Don't spoil Chrono Trigger. Don't spoil Chrono Cross. Don't spoil things for folks around here. Remember, there's always somebody in chat who hasn't played the thing that we are talking about. That being said, when I played Final Fantasy VIII, it was rough going. I was determined to get through it. I did get through it. It was not a good game. After I finished it, though, upon reflection, I was more positive on it. That was not my experience with Chrono Cross. I powered all the way through Chrono Cross. I lost a lot of love for it as I went, and then after I was done, upon reflection, I liked it less. So. Chat. Y'all have a pathological obsession with tying polls. I swear to God. Incredible. Alright, but I hear the wailing and gnashing of teeth and rending of garments going on in chat, so I will read through the rest of this page and turn it so we can at least enjoy some more key art. It's all very good key art. Let's be real here. You can race on a jet bike in the far distant future, shunt through time warp to the age of dinosaurs. Animations range from leaping attacks and magical tech shots during battles, cinematic plays that set a new standard for video games. As for the music, it challenges Donkey Kong Country and Killer Instinct as the best running video game. So much music and so many sound effects, you might wonder how Square manages to compress it all. In short, this is it, the game for which all adventure fans have waited. Adventure fans, chat. Adventure fans. It all sounds a little good to be true. That's what we thought too until we started playing Chrono Trigger and fell in love with it. All right, chat. I've successfully read through one page. First save, so I'm gonna watch that cutscene again. Exactly, Satellite. The famous soundtrack of Killer Instinct. Like, what? I could maybe give them Donkey Kong Country. That game does have an amazing soundtrack, but yeah. Why is this game so irresistible? Here's an example. Imagine you just returned from a heroic adventure only find yourself suddenly thrown on trial. That's the situation Chrono finds himself in early in the game. The background of a splendid but menacing court of justice, Chrono faces the arguments of a prosecutor has all the cards. They condemn Chrono with his own actions. Okay, so they're all about the trial. They actually mentioned, depending on what you do in the Millennial Fair, you could be pronounced innocent. When I played Final Fantasy VIII, most of what I knew of it was from fanfics. I was so disappointed my favorite GF was an original character. Chrono Trigger is more than some beautiful parts. The game contains innovations in play as well. First off, as in an adventure game like Secret of Mana or The Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past, you won't stumble blindly into enemies that suddenly appear as you wander around the overworld map. Chrono Trigger won't run into any enemies on largest maps. Close-up maps where you interact with other characters is also setting for that. Okay, So that's actually part of why they name drop Secret of Mana and The Legend of Zelda, is because of how they handle the encounters in Chrono Trigger. There are essentially no random encounters in Chrono Trigger. We'll talk about that when we play it, actually. See an enemy, you can avoid it. Other innovations, the combo attack. Party members can combo their attacks. Fan of adventure game. Fan of adventure games find Chrono Trigger to be filled with types of activities and puzzles that you love. Earliest explorations lead to the Millennial Fair, where games of skill allow you to win silver points. Just gotta beat somebody up for them. Test your strength, fight a robot, guess the outcome of foot race, enter soda chugging contest, or in a fun house where the challenges vary. I did it, chat! I did it! I turned the page! How about that? Complexity of the story in Chrono Trigger derived from the nature of time travel and the paradoxes occur when effects precede causes, when characters intervene in events when they shouldn't even be present. Chrono lives in the year 1000 AD, Millennium Fair, bumps into Marl, loses a necklace, beautiful friendship, zapped into time warp. Okay, so they're kind of breaking down the early stages of the story. Back to 600 AD. Warp back. Discover Frog. I'm glossing over this for those of you that haven't played Chrono Trigger. It's the 90s bare shoulders. Not just bare shoulders. She's basically wearing a tube top. They actually talk a lot about Lavos. I'm gonna gloss over that. Let's enjoy this excellent screenshot of the Kingdom of Zeal and key art of Magus. His characters the same, his mechanical designs kick ass. They do, yeah. And like this key art in the bottom left of the prehistoric era is fantastic. Like just the color choices, the shading is all just absolutely fantastic. See the Video Game History Foundation managed to acquire the rights to an old gaming magazine released under all Creative Commons. I did, yes. Yes, this is Akira Toriyama. Akira Toriyama did the character designs for Chrono Trigger. Chrono Trigger, the big thing... Brunhilde! Brunhilde, stop! What Kirby music is this? It isn't! This is... fuck. Shit. I believe... Yeah, this is Glory of Heracles 4. Link the playlist? Sure. I will link it at this very moment. Sounds exactly like a song from Kirby's Air Ride. Surprise! You need to play through Glory of Heracles 4. What the hell was I talking about? Y'all severely derailed my train of thought here. You missed when I'm gone. Of course I do. Of course I do. Of course I do. But we don't need to be diagramming vaginas right now, frankly. I'm just saying is all. Alright, so this is all breakdowns of the story. All the way through the left-hand page. Beaver stream is over, I'm sorry. I'm saying is that art is weird. I mean... I'm not, okay. You know what? I, the beholder here. I am not going to comment on this. I have thoughts, I'm thinking things here, I'm not going to say them. Look at Side Guy too, I'm having a hard time seeing space for vaginas. Actually, Magus has a hell of a codpiece going on. I mean, shades of Cain here? Am I out of line, chat? There isn't just one way to play Chrono Trigger. Branching points along the way allow you to pick and choose the order of your adventures. Once you have the flying time machine, you'll be able to go anywhere, anytime in scrolling mode 7 perspective. More than 10 endings have been discovered so far. Yeah, can I point something out here, though? Chrono Trigger isn't actually a non-linear game. Like, they say that there are branching points, and they say there's 10 endings, but isn't it like... There's like 3 endings to the main game, but they all kind of take place along the same course, and then all the other endings are just at what point you end the game in New Game Plus? Like, I know how the main game endings work. I'm not going to talk about them because I don't want to spoil them for anybody. There's probably a bunch of people in chat who don't know the big thing that affects the ending. And I really don't want to mention that right now. Like, nobody fucking spoil that. But yeah, I think it's a very linear game. I think there's like one important choice you make, basically. And there's like 2 different endings off that, and then there's there's a 3rd ending, depending on if you do another kind of dumb thing, and then everything else is just New Game Plus. Yeah, all the special endings are just when you beat the final boss, yeah. Yeah, one important, one not so important, yeah. And we will talk about that when we stream Chrono Trigger, because my goal in streaming Chrono Trigger is actually going to be to get all of the endings, because I've never done that before. I guess I've only really gotten the normal game. Well, I've only gotten 2 of the 3 normal game ones. So, yeah, that is going to be our objective when we stream Chrono Trigger. We are actually, for once, we're actually going to do New Game Plus, and we're going to see all the different endings. That's my intent. All right, last little bit. Chrono Trigger battle setup may look like Secret of Mana. It's menu-driven like traditional RPGs. Different battles take place in the world in which you move around, not a separate battle screen. Very important. Kind of a big deal here. Skirt around enemies and avoid fights altogether. Action can take place in real-time returns. Tech option includes special techniques to make strike multiple enemies or heal friends. Combo option combines 2 techs. As in most RPGs, you can target different enemies and switch positions in order to party members. There's a power gauge like in Final Fantasy III, yada yada yada. But I will say, Chrono Trigger is very good at making you believe it's non-linear. I'll agree with that. I'll agree with that. How long will each consecutive run take? So, it really should just be like 1.5 runs. We can get all 3 of the normal endings the first time through the game, and then in New Game Plus, it's just playing through to the point that you get the next ending, and we can just like speed run those, I think. I don't think it's gonna take a huge amount of time. It's gonna be a time investment. It's gonna be an undertaking. I'm not trying to undersell it, but it's not like we're gonna be playing through the game like 2 or 3 times. Yeah, we may also use save states to do this, depending, because I'm not real interested in the sanctity of the playthrough. I just want to get it done. Might need to and change that in the first New Game. I know about the first New Game Plus ending. I'm gonna use a guide. I'm not making any bones about it. I'm gonna use a guide to do this as efficiently as possible. So yeah, my goal here is to get the endings. I'm perfectly willing to take shortcuts to do it. So I think this behind my head here, just so you know, single attack, double attack, all out attack. I think the all out attacks is just what they're calling triple attacks. Because maybe they didn't have the terminology for it codified at this point. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not doing Chrono Trigger blind either. Was it not translated yet? They don't show any text. Yeah, none of the screenshots have any text, so maybe not. They might have just been capturing off the Japanese version. I have to assume, well, no, I don't have to assume anything, considering the stories that Ted Woolsey told. All out attack just makes me think of Persona. But yeah. Anyway, chat, look forward to Chrono Trigger eventually. I've had enough to drink, I'm willing to say this. My tentative plan for Chrono Trigger is probably around like December. Probably holidays. I know that's a ways away, but I know there's also a bunch of stuff on the way too. We're starting Earthbound next week. I'm supposed to be getting the Analog 3D beginning of September, which means we're gonna be doing Ocarina of Time. October, I know I said we weren't gonna do like a real Spooktober thing, but we still might. So I think October's out. The earliest we could possibly do Chrono Trigger is November, but I have a sort of association with Chrono Trigger and like Christmas, the holidays. I got it for Christmas one year, and I think that I built a lot of memories around that, so I'm kind of inclined to do it around Christmas time. Did Beaver Game get voted down in just 3 days? No, of course not. It got voted down too. We did Titan Quest 2 last night, and that was a lot of fun. So yeah. It was fun the first day, but you run out of vagina jokes, really. And then it's just watching you die, much like real life. Anyway, guess what, chat? We made it! We did it! Can you believe it? We actually survived to get to game requests. And y'all thought it couldn't happen. Y'all thought it was impossible. Was asleep the past two streams? You probably needed that sleep, frankly. You probably needed it. Daggerfall is a game I associate with autumn due to playing it during that. Yeah. Sometimes, a lot of my biggest Super Nintendo games I associate with Christmas time because that's when I got them. Yoshi's Island and Chrono Trigger are the two big ones. Those are the two really big Christmas games for me. Because I got Yoshi's Island for Christmas, and it actually snowed that Christmas. And I got to the winter levels in Yoshi's Island in pretty short order, so it all kind of like connected together for me. Welcome back, Drake. I can't believe games are real. It's real, baby. Believe it. Believe it. RPG Maker is insane. Like, we kind of take... I feel like we kind of take RPG Maker for granted now. It's like the engine that indie solo devs use to just crank shit out. And I mean, there's certainly a lot of cool stuff on it, but it's easy to forget RPG Maker started on the Super Nintendo. Like, there was a utility game on the Super Nintendo that let you make your own RPGs. That's fucking nuts. The first RPG Maker I ever saw was in high school. A friend of mine had RPG Maker on PS1. And man, he put dozens of hours of his life into that. He was building the next epic there. I read a really interesting article on someone who got a used copy of the Super Famicom RPG Maker. Some miracle to say batteries still work. The writer discovered the previous owner made a porn game on it. Still remember being home for a Christmas holiday, playing Chrono Trigger on the emulator at 4 a.m., making the snowscape of the ruined world, up the skyway, the bright land of Oh, yeah. Magical, isn't it? Have that with Max Payne. First time I played was during winter, which is when the game takes place. Yeah. Max Payne. Yeah, Max Payne is a very wintry game. It's lovely for that. Love using console versions because they're so linear. Yeah, no real futzing around with like asset packs and stuff. It's just you got what you got and you make it work. Entire review of that porn game too. RPGs and Sims continue to grab the biggest chunk of the gaming public in Japan, so it naturally follows there'll be a larger variety of titles in the epic genre there. This month we're giving you a glimpse of some of the recent Japanese releases, the range from a do-it-yourself RPG to a thoroughbred horse racing sim. Not Uma Musume, chat. Do not invoke Uma Musume. It's not happening. Forget it. Dragon Quest Warrior, RPG Maker, Fate, Mario Paint. That's about it on this page. So, just so you know, all these games featured here are on the table. You can request any of them. I don't have fan translations of all of them, but we can still check them out even if I don't. Because they're also not all RPGs either. Design your own RPG. Make your own RPG. It's a concept that will probably generate plenty of excitement in players outside of Japan, but it's not available anywhere else yet. And it won't be either. As if the game weren't interesting enough on its own, ASCII is fanning the fire by sponsoring a contest for the best game design. Originally a PC game, RPG Tsukuru Super Dante. Somebody care to explain the name, by the way? Like, why the hell did they call it Super Dante? Was that the name of the example game they included with it or something? Been on Super Famicom in Japan for about 6 months. Published by ASCII, it's an 8 meg battery backed RPG that lets players design their own games. Comes with Fate, a sample game already on the pack. Players can get ideas for the RPGs they'll create later. It takes about 10 hours to complete Fate, which looks a little bit like Dragon Warrior. It's on the SNES, so super duh. Players begin by choosing one of 4 overworld maps, and from then on, decisions are much more complicated. They design their own characters, decide what their names and abilities will be, they design the enemies and decide where to put them, determine the life and power meters of various characters, and they set the goals. Using a stamp system similar to the icons in Mario Paint, players place the villages where they want them on the overworld, then they design the town layouts by placing buildings where they want them to be. They decide where the dungeons will be, design the interiors too. Up to players what effects items will have, where to put the tool, determine magic spells, we'll learn what effects they have. Yeah, we get it. The players design everything. ASCII is sponsoring a contest to challenge the Japanese players to come up with the best game. The winning entry in the Design Your Own RPG contest takes home $100,000. That's a lot. In 1995 money, too, chat. I almost wonder if Nintendo Power misinterpreted this, and it was actually like 100,000 yen. It's also a reference codename to the project when I first started, Project Lucifer. Super is just denotes on SNES. Original PC version was literally called RPG Tsukuru Dante 98. To thoroughbred horse racing sim, how far we've come and how far we've fallen. Which is extra funny looking back from the year 2025. So let's do it. Video games, chat. Video games. Because of Dragon Quest music, I'm thinking of Dragon Quest builders and running through dead ashlands. Actually it isn't. This is Odysselia from Vic Tokai. Alright, anyway. The previous one was? No, that was also Odysselia. There is no Dragon Quest on this playlist. Okay, so here's the deal. I grabbed a fan translation, but it's not actually fully translated. It's just menus, I think. So we can try to play through Fate, but we're not gonna understand anything that's going on. On a mechanical level, I might be able to do it, but yeah. Dante basically clarifies the spiritual success of the previous engine line RPG construction tool Dante on MSX. New sample, I think, is what we want. Fate! Fate! Uma Musume broke out in a way I never would have called. Yeah. Yes, it did. Yes, it did. Sorry, chat. We can't even guess at the translation because it's all scrambled. That's a tree. It's still a tree. Despite everything, it's still a tree. Oh, fuck. That tree. Alright, and we're in the game. Apparently that tree is really important for reasons. Alright, talk, magic, stat, item, equip, search, row, save. You find nothing! Oh, it doesn't seem like there's any quick button for searching. So this is straight up like Dragon Quest system. Katie, yes. Okay, great, bye. She joined my party apparently, neat. What's up, Siri? What's up? Yeah. Clippy? I don't know why our basement is full of people. I'm kind of curious. Oh, is this a castle? It must be a castle. My dumbass thought we started in somebody's house. NFBD, no fucking deal. No fucking big deal. Blah, 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 blah. I think we found the throne room. Do we have 2 queens? It's pretty progressive for the time. Oh, we could actually read her name. If I could remember my katakana. Nikki. What's that? Somebody translate Zenekis? Okay. Zenekisu. I couldn't remember that first one. Flora. Her name's Flora. Ekwergukba. Cool. I completely agree. Okay, so that's actually where we started. And And there's nothing on this side of the castle. Cool. Gukba chat. Big Gukba energy. Oh shit, they really are two queens. Hebel. I guess Hebel, no one is near. Hebel is the guard, I guess. Petition to rename our hero Gukba. Tree! No fucking biggie, man. Huh? Book. Hero. Zolfisb? Yif? Zolfisba Yip? It's a person of color in there. Shish kebab. Ah shit, it's JD. Oh no. It's Eatage. Oi, please. ECF. Da. Who is it? I can actually read that one. This is text corruption, yeah. This is the fan translated version where they translated the menus, but as a result, the rest of the text in the game gets mashed up. This is what the game is about, chat. We're actually bi, and we're searching for validation here. Us too game. Very progressive for the time. Two queens ruling over the realm. Our hero is bi and just wants to be loved for who they are. Yeah, we're fighting erasure here. Katie, hero! Wow, that guy exploded. I think that tree killed that guy. It's like The Happening. Get the fuck out of here, ETJ. ETJ is just us in a mask. It's like evil us from the future or something. It's an angry beaver right there. I promise I'm not just obsessed with beavers. You say that, but... Boys? To men? Thanks very fucking high. Babe, Jesus Christ. No fucking biggie. Oh, it doesn't actually stop. I thought it was a fanfare. And we're back. Katie, what the fuck is going on? We don't know. Okay, great. Let's go find out. Let us embark upon an epic quest to do something. I don't know what, really. Wanna go back to the tree? Guess not. Monsters attack. We got a mouse and we got a blob. I can touch. I can. I'm not gonna make the joke, chat. Hit. That's a really funny way to abbreviate block. I will hit the mouse. Does Katie have magic? Apparently, Katie casts magic in hexadecimal. we'll just go. Mouse hits. Hero 5 HP damage. Hero hits. Critical. Mouse 18 HP damage. Katie hits. Oh god, it has more than 18 hit points. Oh my god, these are chonky enemies. Oh, she's a Techno Mage. C3, that's 1 C away from being stable. Remember spells say 69 Dragon Ball? It does, 69 DB. Alright, I think that's heal. I think this is attack. Hero 5 HP damage. Hero hits. Mouse 14 HP damage. Whoosh. Mouse falls. Katie. Blob 20 HP damage. Blob falls. She finished the art on the mouse? Yeah, real caked up, just like you asked. What? Look at this town. Jesus, it's huge. Welcome to somewhere? What is it? Do you want to fucking thing? No? Okay, bye. Blob takes 20 points of Mountain Dew damage. The town of Y? Y indeed. BB? What is? You can't afford it, idiot. Here's the inn. So I guess early RPG Maker didn't have the technology for like doors and the like. I get the feeling this is improving the experience. Yeah, I can't imagine this has like stellar writing or anything. Benny? Yeah, it's a bunny girl. Boony. Bjunny. Monsters attack! Let's see how this goes. Oh, so that just autos 1 round. And apparently auto has them use their best attacks, I guess. Notice that doesn't say monsters attack, it says monsters attack. Yeah, Katie changed costume after our encounter at the World Tree. I guess she resolved to come on our adventure with whole... Don't dox me, game. Get fucked, pig boy. Each 5 pence power and this is like a plus 4 ton DDP. Kate level power plus striga plus speed fortune EDP. It's a cool found. Oh, it's not even monsters attack, it's monster. Nothing is spelled right in this. Wasn't expecting this to be a spiritual sequel of Pokemon Vietnamese Chris. Okay, real quick. Yeah, I think the streamer's having a stroke. Okay, hang on. All right, I want it real quick. Let's reset this. I want to see the actual editing here. Let's do an edit. So what do we got here? Character edit. Character maker. How many characters can you have? Oh god. 7 characters. And I don't know what the hell that's supposed to mean. They included, wow, to their credit, they added 53 character sprites. Hero, other hero, lady, guy, old guy, prince, guard, bad hero with mask off, robe lady. Oh, there's a Forg! You can have a Forg hero. That looks like the goddess from, shit. Politana. Looks like Politana. That looks like a fucking Batman villain. That also looks like a Batman villain. Bunch of Barty-looking people. That looks... Children. Extra old man. Scholar. Priestesses. There's a Cyclops. Cool. Skellington. Demon. Wolfman. That's an adorable ghost. My god. Shadow person. Dargan. Fairy. Big head man. There's the bunny girl. Your bunny girl can be the main character. I wonder if this is supposed to be a Native American. Monocle man, dog, cat, chicken, horse, boat, and airship. Cool. Cool, okay. Scenario map. So this is where you edit the world map, apparently. This appears to be a big featureless world. Like, completely featureless. No, not that. Full map. Wow, that's a big-ass map. You can make a big-ass map in this. Dungeon. Okay, so the menu doesn't hold up this far, at least. 3DS version was interesting. They made a 3D shop app where you can straight up download other people's games. That's really cool. Didn't mean to exit all the way out. Magic edit, item edit, enemy, emap. Emap. Not sure what that means. Set title. Enemy edit. Okay. No change. Event map, yeah. Oh, yeah. This is... Okay, anyway. I think that's enough to look at that. I love... Chat, frankly, I love RPG Maker. I've dabbled with it a lot. I've never actually made anything worth a damn, but I still kind of would like to someday. I think that would be really fun. You could write your opus in here, and I'd kind of like, personally, if I was gonna really get into RPG Maker, I think I'd actually prefer to get into one of the older ones, because I feel like the limitations help breed creativity, whereas the newer ones where you can load like anything in there, I think I'd be paralyzed with indecision based on that. Kid me had access to RPG Maker 2000 at the time. It was a huge creative outlet for child shadows. I think I have VX on Steam. I think that's the one I've used the most. Remember the PS2 version, the absolute ass I made with it. As in quality, I could not model a posture in that. Prefer using the older ones. The scripting engine requires a lot of interesting solutions. Later ones just let you code around everything like a normal engine. There's a little inset here, by the way. What's hot in Japan, and of course, Dragon Quest. Washington continues to be the name of the game in North America. RPGs are where it's at in Japan. Dragon Quest, the pioneer of RPGs, has maintained a huge following over the years. 5 Dragon Quest games have already been released, and big crowns will be waiting at stores when Dragon Quest VI comes out later this year. Only 2 games... chat. Nintendo Power asserts only 2 games from the series, Dragon Warrior and Dragon Warrior 2, have been released here. They literally forgot about 3 and 4, which they covered in Nintendo Power. That is wildly incorrect. All 4 NES Dragon Quests made it to America. And Nintendo Power covered all 4 of them. They had big features on every single one, answered a bunch of people's questions on them. I genuinely do not know how they fucked this up. And yeah, supposedly 3 and 4 are way better than 1 and 2. I mean, 1 is extremely limited scope and 2 is busted ass hard. 3 and 4 are supposed to be the good ones. Sad we won't see builders versions of 3 and 4. Me too. I would really like that. I would really, really like that. Only 3 of the 4 Final Fantasy... This is even more gobsmacking, chat. Only 3 of the 4 Final Fantasy games have been adapted for our market. Three of the 6, maybe? I don't know. Are they just... Okay. As y'all pointed out, they're literally depicting Final Fantasy V here. The screenshot is Final Fantasy V. That's the main castle. I guess they just forgot that actual Final Fantasy 2 and 3 exist. Eder was drunk, high on vacations, and dead. How do they get this wrong? That's crazy, man. They knew Final Fantasy 3 was Final Fantasy 6. We didn't just know that now, we knew that then too. Niggas tasted the psychic damage I received trying to fucking research these fans' translations. God almighty. What were you talking about? About ethics in game journalism, chat? Squaresoft and Enix are very famous in Japan, and games for their 2 series have sold well over 1 million copies each. Some have sold 2 or 3 times that. Not only are the companies well known, the creators of these games are revered by the Japanese game-playing public. The person writing this copy probably didn't know anyway. But then why did they put the person with the least RPG experience on like RPG section duty? Which are the worst, the formerly Japanese only ones? Yeah, Final Fantasy 2. Final Fantasy 2 is wretched. Final Fantasy 3 is debatable. The other ones are good. Final Fantasy 1 is janky. Final Fantasy 1 is really, really janky. 4, 5, and 6 are all great. Like, they are beyond reproach, really. But yeah. 1 is janky, 2 is bad, and 3 is debatable. Honestly, there's probably lack of care due to rampant xenophobia for Japan. I don't know if it was xenophobia, really. I hate to go here, but it is an unfortunate truism of racism that there are good ones, and I think for a long time, like, for Western racists, even, the Japanese are some of the good ones, so they don't get the same, just, like, dismissive treatment that, say, like Chinese or Vietnamese people would. I am not in any way, shape, or form trying to justify or make excuses for racists. They're pieces of shit, and they're all going to hell. I'm just saying I don't think mistakes in this feature would be down to xenophobia. Genuinely do enjoy 3 yourself. 3 was like the first one that got the 3D remake. It has a remake on the DS, and that's where I played it. And I did not like it. I really didn't like it. Could probably be chalked up to anime and unfortunately fetishes. Yeah, I hate to say it, but I think when it comes to views of Japan from the West in the 90s, I think fetishism is a much bigger factor than out-and-out racism. I think it's where you get some really myopic views of the culture. Nintendo Power, even during that era, at least tried to be better, so I attribute this to incompetence. Yeah, exactly, Brunhilde. Still take 3 over 2 any day of the week. Big same. Big same. I don't want to play either, personally, but yeah. I would agree with that. All right, turning the page, chat. Here we go. Here we go. Now we have a variety of games. Now we have a spread. One of them is horse racing. All right, I'll go ahead and say this. It's not going to matter because I think people are going to request what they want. I have a fan translation of Wonder Project J. We can actually play this. I do not have a fan translation of Derby Simulation because nobody gives a shit. And regrettably, tragically, I do not have a fan translation of Night of the Kamitachi. They didn't make one for Super Nintendo, unfortunately. We can look at it in Japanese, but we won't know what the fuck is going on. Yeah, I was not willing to go through that trouble, Shadows. Can you move your head? There's not really anything down here. It's just another little box here. It's just the bottom of the Kamaitachi feature. Alright. I don't actually know anything about any of these, so let's at least talk about them. Enix's Wonder Project J is an offbeat simulation that isn't likely to see the light of day in the US or Canada. The challenge in this game is teaching a newly made robot how to be human. Young robot number 4649 in Enix's Japanese sim is a bit like Pinocchio. He has to learn everything about being a real boy. Walking, talking, to learning how to imagine, to how to be kind. In the beginning, he's a lifeless form and need to repair, and players assume the role of a Tinkerbell-like helper, has to figure out how to make him work. He has no heart, he has no brain, he has a lot of work ahead of him. Some of which 4649 has to learn. He can pick up by reading books, but most things he must experience firsthand by traveling through 7 diverse areas. He'll come face to face with all sorts of everyday events. He learns as he goes. He'll develop both physically and emotionally. Among the attributes he needs to acquire are thoughtfulness, imagination, sensitivity, kindness, strength, balance, speed, offensive and defensive power, self-confidence, faithfulness, perseverance, charm, trust, and luck. That is a laundry list of stuff. Thank God the writer picked up the Pinocchio reference. My expectations of the writer were rock bottom. Alright, Drake, now have a good one. Thanks for coming out. It was great to see you. Somewhere between a raising sim and point-and-click adventure. The screenshots look amazing. They look really, really cool. First, robot doesn't even know how to walk. His liable to fall into holes. If he does, player will have to break out the tools to repair him. Teach him everything from what a ball is, how to throw one. Which is important because a ball is the only weapon when he meets a neighborhood bully. Players reward or punish 4649 depending on his behavior and reaction to the events he experiences. If he does something wrong, like breaking an egg, they'll have to punish him by whacking on the head with a hammer. Not exactly a politically correct response. They punish him too severely, he'll start crying, and then he won't do anything. Oh god. This is like Pac-Man 2, isn't it? Is he... We can't depress him to the point that he just, like, yeets himself off a cliff, right? Because I can't take that again. It was bad enough when Pac-Man did it. Activate a circuit in each of the 7 areas. Eventually, once you complete all the tasks necessary to become human, you'll be able to activate Circuit J and end Wonder Project J. By the same team that did Evo's Search for Eden. Cool. Let's go ahead and read through these other ones, and then we'll do both of them together. Derby Simulation gives players a chance to own a stable thoroughbred racehorse without having to pay feed bills or clean stalls. ASCII's Derby Simulation puts players in the winner's circle. They make smart decisions about breeding, trading, and raising their horses. I always have to mention this just as context. I'm pretty sure with the popularity of Uma Musume, people know this already. Horse racing is huge in Japan. Horse racing and horse betting is big fucking business in Japan. Every city has at least one huge betting center that all the old guys go to throw their money away at. And the gaming industry picked up on this early, as you can see here, and ran with it. Every time I've been to a Japanese game center, basically video arcade in my life, there have always been huge virtual horse racing games. The last time I went, card-based, like CCG-based arcade games had gotten really big. You would there are arcade games where every time you played them, you would get cards, like random cards from them, and you'd build decks to use. Really interesting system, probably super expensive to keep up with. And they do this for their horse racing games too. I don't fully understand the mechanics of it. I don't know if your cards represent the horses or the jockeys or atmospheric conditions or what. But I do know that they have card-based horse racing arcade games in Japan. What is this horror music? This is from... I can't read that. I am terribly sorry. I will copy... Alright, so this is the video URL at the current time. If anybody can translate this for me, feel free. Because they don't have this one broken up into chapters, so I can't tell what this is. Remember the Sega Horse Racing Arcade? I used to see them everywhere at truck stops. I don't, actually. God, that was good. Town in Japan that made a deck of all the elders in town to get the kids to visit them and get more involved with the older generations. That will really work. That's cool. You get a farm, study the bloodlines. It's actually about horse breeding. Keep the racing prospects healthy. Train them. Choose jockeys. Pretty interesting. I mean, if you're real big into horse racing, it would probably be pretty cool to manage horses like this. I'm more interested in Night of the Kamaitachi. As the story unfolds in Chunsoft's thriller, players decide what happens next. This is Chunsoft as in Spike Chunsoft, right? Same publisher? Have to be, right? Video novels, which include lots of screen text, might not be popular here, but they're often big hits in Japan. Chunsoft's latest mystery, shatter characters set up the scenario. The players set the plot by deciding what to have happen next. The events all lead to a mysterious murder, but the whodunit depends on the paths that players have chosen along the way. Alright, anyway. Time to get to playing. Game you can translate is Hyoden Mamanotachi Tono Chikai. Legend of Scarlet King. RTS by the Tales of Fantasia developer. Interesting. Interesting. Alright, chat. Let's do this. Enix. Whoa. Somebody fucked up your tower, bro. Prime Minister Masala. I love a good tikka masala. Is that the building of pathologic? I received word that Model 4649 will soon be complete. No, no, stop, stop. 8, chat, not even divisible by 3. So the time has finally come. Begin the project. Yes, sir. Though he does mouth flaps for the periods, too. Mouth flaps in a game like this is pretty impressive, honestly. Circuit J until it awakens completely. I think we'll just wait and see what Model 4649 is capable of. Literally, Dr. Geppetto. Tinker, I finally finished it. There's an N64 sequel to this. Oh, cool. Really, Doctor? Nah, I'm just fucking with you. This is the new model Jijin, model 4649. He's so cute. He looks just like a human child. Much more Disney and less Astro Boy than I was expecting. Same, actually. All that remains is to have him experience and learn as much as possible so as to activate the 7 heart circuits and awaken Circuit J. Now, Tinker, I'm counting on you to do your job as an interface robot and clearly convey my orders to this child. Yes, Doctor. I'll make sure he gets your orders exactly as you say them. By the way, Doctor, what is Circuit J? Curious about Circuit J, eh? Well, let me explain. Circuit J is... Geppetto, you're under arrest. What? What are you doing? I hereby arrest you on the charge of high treason. Dun dun dun. What? There must be some kind of mistake. Take care, I'll be back, I promise. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I want to count them, chat. I'm pretty sure that was at least 12 exclamation points. Just take care of Model 4649 for me. Doctor! No, bring it back! I don't know what to do by myself. Dr. Geppetto! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's 12. 12 exclamation points. Wow! Check that animation out. Damn. You just kicked that dog, you little shit! That's insanely impressive for the Super Nintendo. Holy fuck. Man, that is something. Alright, let's begin. Koreda! No. What's her name, chat? We might be here for a minute. There we go. Your name is 7 exclamation points. Yes. Hajimaru! Nice to meet you. Yeah. You there! Yes, you in front of the screen. Oh my god, it breaks the 4th wall, chat. Are you gonna help me? Hooray! How can I ever thank you enough? They take good care of us.
Yeah, bet!
Act 1, the birth of Model 4649. Let's begin. My mistake. Good morning, blah, 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 blah. From this day forward, we're going to be partners. I almost forgot. Model 4649 doesn't have a name yet. Please think of a good name for him. Oh no, chat. Oh. Y'all are terrible, terrible fucking people. Yes, in fact, I have settled. It's the best I can do. Oh my god. You're not the only one crying. Oh my god. Well, it really is struggling with our name, isn't it? Explain model. I mean, penis's control system. You'll listen to my explanation, right? Yeah, sure, why not? Thanks, let's move on to the secret room. We have a secret room? This is a dungeon! What the fuck? Okay, here we go. Penis and I are connected by an invisible pulse that directly transmits my instructions. Oh, you best program pause after punctuation mark? Yeah. Another. Oh my god. I could use an important note right now. I'm getting lightheaded. Oh god. And this is why I was streaking 500. Let's move on to practice. If you reach 0, you won't have a good time. First one, practice. Oh god. Press the tip, you said. Oh god, okay. Look at that fucking animation, man! Oh. Good job, idiot. Ready to move? Yeah, I'm ready to move on. This side eye, I was like, what the fuck did you... Destroy dick web. Next we'll practice telling people. Oh my god. Penis, stop. There you go. I'm practicing right now. You almost stepped. Alright, we're gonna move items around. Cool, good, that sounds wholesome. I'm the one that will actually pick up and move objects. Okay. Whew. Oh my god, chat. Set up all on the floor. Try and move me so my wand is touching the ball. Then hold down the B button and move me around. Let go of the B button, I'll let go of the item. Okay, so we fly down here. Rubber ball. Oh, she picks it up. And then... Cool. There you go. Cool. Next, we'll practice moving items in and out of our... God, I was really worried she was gonna mention penis there. Just like you did before, pick up an item from the screen, and then move it to the window at the bottom. You let go of the B button, the item will end in the... Okay. Get back, use the B button. Okay, cool.
I like it.
Take this, drop in here, and then bring it back out. Cool. This sounded kind of bad. Yes, okay. Speaking of items, Penis will act on items of his own accord. When he does, you'll see the lights at the top of the screen light up. That means one or more of Penis's parameters has changed. Red lamp represents a change to his combat parameters. Yellow represents athletic. Blue one is mental. Green represents sensitivity parameters, chat. Okay. Huh. Okay. I'll point it and Penis will come over and do something with it. Huh? What the heck is this? There you go, ready to move? Sure. Just like he did now, Penis will act on items of his own accord. Of course, he won't necessarily always get it right. They usually don't. So you have to praise and scold him in order for him to learn. What did Project J? In theory, a gorgeous life sim point click adventure hybrid. Press the X button. I'll praise Penis. I did good, huh? Don't touch my pockets, those are my items. There you go. If you praise him right after he does something, Penis will learn that he took the correct action. Understand? Yes. Okay, next, let's practice scolding and punishing. Chad, I'm getting uncomfortable. Try pressing the Y button. I'll scold Penis. If you press the Y button again, I'll hit him to punish him. Don't try to tell me what I can't do. Is he consenting? Penis seems to be in a bad mood now. Oh well. That can't be helped at the moment. Anyway, if you scold Penis right after he's done something, he'll learn he shouldn't do that. Understand? Yeah. Finally explain about the status screen. Every time Penis does something, his parameters will change. Some go up, some go down. It's so hard to keep track of. So, it's a good idea to check his stats on a regular basis. Enough, I can't take it. Pressing the select button will bring up the status screen. Press again for the next screen. To exit, press the B button. Aggression, athleticism, intelligence, sensitivity. Attack, defense, confidence, honesty, diligence, charisma, trust, luck. Reasoning, imagination, feeling, expression, kindness, arm power, balance, leg power. Real quick. All joking, all fun and aside. Whoever did the fan translation of this did a really good job. This is a lot of very specific terminology that needs to be just the right kind of evocative to help you understand the difference in nuance between them. And I know we haven't really gotten into this game yet, but it feels like they did a really good job here. I like how the bars are color-coded to their governing stat. That is really helpful too, yeah. There you go, ready to move on? Yikes. So for the practice lessons, would you like to go over it again? No. That's it for practice, good job. So now what? What's my penis gonna do now? Help 46. My penis is stuck in the wall. Okay, today we begin Penis's real training. Let's activate all 7 hearts and awaken Circle J. Ready? I wonder what we should start with.
I like it.
Your project. I know. Gichu. Haha, typical stupid model 4600. Oh, what the hell, man? Ow, hey, cut it out. You're supposed to be on our side. Your side, I work for our masters, the humans. We don't have any more use for worn-out old model 4600s. Mass-produced pieces of junk. What a dick. Oh? You want to fight? We interface with robots directly. Represent the humans' will. If you rise up against me, you realize what they'll do to this village in response? Damn you. There's a Gijin being toyed with by Gichu. I feel so sorry for him. Let's see if we can find a way to rescue him. If I recall, there's a ball lying just in front of Gichu. That's it. Let's hit Gichu with that ball and punish him. Or to do that, we need to have Penis master how to throw a ball. That's a pretty tall order. Is that ball lying there? Guide Penis to the ball. Penis will decide what to do with the ball on his own. If he throws it, be sure to praise him. Keep praising him whenever he does it right, he'll master it. On the other hand, if he doesn't do what you want, you can scold him and he'll do the action less. Understand? Yes. This go ahead and have Penis go out to that Gijin's location before he masters ball throwing and see what happens. Ready? I'm going to wake him up now. Penis! Time to get up. Hey, yeah. I did good. You did do good. That was it, man. Do it again. Do it again. Good job, kid. All right, there's a computer. Let's go to the door. Penis and praise king. Hey, it's a chicken. Hello, Mr. Animal. This is really cool. Dr. Geppetto's house. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. No, we're going out. Open up, I'll smash you to pieces. We don't want you doing that. A water well. Uh-oh, you okay? Dog. Oh, oi, 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 oi. Yeah. Wow, well, you're an idiot. Don't do that. Yeah, that was wrong. Come on, we need to teach him how dog works. I mean, that was better? Is this thing alive? I guess I need to answer that. Yes. Yes, it is. Aw, he's shy. Trying to smell it, I guess. All right. Let's go, buddy boy. This is cool. This is a really neat game. All right, where are we going? A good place to teach Penis various skills. Oh no, we want to go right here. Gijin 46 is being harassed. Let's rescue him. Okay. Some of the channel points call a vote so I can say yes, please. That's what it's there for. Let's watch how Penis does. All right, the vote has been called, chat. Here we go. Do you want a full playthrough of this or not? And who's there? Ah, a human master. Hello there. Nothing special to see here. I was just warning a rebellious Gijin. The heck is this? It's a ball. Peg him. Actually, I guess pegging is something... I probably shouldn't teach that up front. What are you doing? That didn't go too well. Make sure Penis completely masters ball throwing. Okay. Out of curiosity. Wow, that's wild. Okay. Alright, so apparently twice was not enough to figure out what to do with it. That was correct. Yeah, you did it right. Do it again. We'll lift the dumbbell. I want to make absolutely sure he gets the ball thing right. Okay, so he says he got it. I'm gonna trust him on that. Alright, steel dumbbell. The heck is this? I need you to pick it up. There you go. Seems I can use this to strengthen my arms. Yes, you can! So, I gotta do this until he gets it. It's gonna kill that drill bot. We're gonna make him so swole he just throws the ball through it. I'm bored with this. I want to. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Black and white with less shit being flung around, which I think is actually to its benefit. Check out the chicken. This thing alive? Yes, it is actually. I don't actually want you turning your head around like The Exorcist, but... No! Dumb fucker. That was extremely wrong. He'll figure it out eventually, chat, but right now we gotta go save that other guy. Nothing special to see there, just warning a rebellious Gijin. Hey, be careful with that. If that ball had been moving a little faster, it'd have hit me. Throwing speed, in other words, his arm strength isn't high enough. Let's use an item raise strength of his arms. Okay. So we do need to finish using this. It's just he got bored last time. So we gotta break it up a little bit. Smell it, dumbass. Yeah, you've done this before. Pick it up. He's got it. Okay, cool. So I need you to get swole. Watch me. I'm pumping up. Yes, you are. Good boy. How are the arm stats going? Let's see here. Athleticism is up to 19. Arm power hasn't really moved yet. Oh no, it has. Oh no, it has. Oh goodness. Okay, so the colored lines aren't that. They aren't how it's doing. That's just showing how everything is distributed. Yeah, his arm power is up to 35. Well, let's just keep doing it until he gets bored with it. I mean, we gotta... Because, like, I'm getting stronger. Yes, good. Okay, we gotta call out for being stronger, so maybe now we can go save that guy. Oh, nice shoulder check. Take that! Why? Are you alright? Thank you, but why would a human... Is my in imagination? Do I feel a Gijin pulse from you? Eh? I'm sorry, we didn't mean to surprise you. An interface robot, but that means... That's right, this boy is a Gijin. He's the newest model, just recently activated. I'm Penis! Pleased to meet ya! Amazing, he looks just like a human. Where are my manners? My name is Gijin Model 4600, or number 46. Pleased to meet you. And thank you so much for helping me out there. I can't do anything for you in return, but at least if you ever have any trouble, feel free to come ask me for advice. Thank you. Oh, by the way, why was Gichu picking on you like that? Lately, the humans keep showing more and more hatred and prejudice towards us for no apparent reason. Like Gichu, other interface robots have been betraying us as well. If things continue like this, I'm afraid it's only a matter of time before human-Gichin relations become irrecoverable. But Penis... Looking at you now, I have a feeling that you may be the one to someday save us from all of this situation. Save us all from this situation. Is it meant to be Gaijin vaguely? I'm not sure. Expect great things from you, Penis. So do I. You can count on it. That went great. Just like you did then, guide Penis around this island, let him experience as much as possible, and activating all 7 of his heart circuits in order to awaken Circuit J. If you ever get stuck, you can try asking number 46 or perhaps see what the people in town are talking about. Are you ready then? All right, let's go. Let's go! Old Fam's Farm. Gijin is an actual word that's used for artificial life forms in a few different Japanese meanings. Okay, thank you, $10. That's what I was wondering about. Not far from this house is a farm where a grumpy old man named Fam lives. I've heard he's looking for someone to carry on his work and take care of the farm. Let's have Penis give it a try. Also, we're now able to go to the Corlo Town shop. Let's go shopping for Penis sometime. Remember, if Penis's stress is high, those items you just spent your hard-earned money to buy won't work very well. So keep that in mind, okay? How you doing? We could start with some weightlifting, or we could just head out. Open sesame. Wait, why did that work? Why did that work? I was about to scold him for being stupid. Alright, so we got Fam's Farm and Corlo Town. The item shop is here. Let's check out the item shop. I'm just curious what they got. Ooh, look at this. Townspeople. Those girls are talking about something. I'll listen in. I'm so sick of these Gijin. So they colonized this island 50 years ago. They're no longer needed. We'd all be better off if they just leave. Hey, that's mean. You're right. That is mean. Oh, they just say the same thing. Okay. Is that Sailor Moon in the background? Couple's talking about something. Look over there, that boy. Never seen him before. I wonder where he's from. Staring right at me. This is kind of embarrassing. I don't know what to tell him about that. Honestly. Hello, how you doing? Welcome, you're an athletic-looking little fella. Make your purchase, please choose an item from the menu on the monitor. Use the up and down arrows on the side of the monitor to change the menu. Sell an item, simply place on the counter. Penis! I'll do the shopping, just wait there, okay? Sword, circus ball, rubber ball, soccer ball, stick, steel ball. Some of this shit is expansive. Encyclopedia, grammar book, picture book. I'm gonna buy you some books. It's a nice picture book. When you read it, you can feel yourself becoming kinder and less combative. Oh, interesting. Okay. Have a nice day. So, what if... Oh. No. That's not what I meant. Let's go outside. Oh, this is where the SNES mouse would be perfect.
Alright, hold on, man. I mean, no, that's incorrect. Open it. Look inside it. There we go. Words. Yeah, that was also wrong. Pick it up and read it, dipshit. Typical English major. I hate books. You shouldn't hit people. Fine, this book is for me now.
Okay, chat. I'm gonna stop here. It's the last round of the league championships. What the fuck are you talking about? Your vote to continue this is unanimous. Everybody wants a full playthrough of this. Now, I have two important questions. One, would you rather start this on Monday than Earthbound, or would you rather do this after Earthbound? We finally get Penis Game. After Earthbound, after Earthbound. After, okay. In that case, all right, I'm gonna make a judgment call on this. I'm gonna say Earthbound is not gonna be a democratic playthrough. Because then you're basically voting between Earthbound and this. Let's just do Earthbound, because I'm pretty sure we didn't need to vote on Earthbound anyway. And now that you know what's immediately following Earthbound, I think it would be less fair of a vote. So, yeah. We'll do a full playthrough of Earthbound unless I just fucking hate it or whatever. And then immediately after Earthbound, we'll do Wonder Project J. I think that's the most sensible way to do it. I think that's the most fair way to do it. All right, let's see here. There it is. Took a second to find it. That was an exhausting amount of entertainment. Audi, have a good one. Oh, one last question. For our full playthrough of Wonder Project J, should the kid still be named Penis, or should we take it more seriously? Okay. Answers that question. Just making sure. I will probably... So, since there's going to be a significant amount of time between now and when we actually play Wonder Project J, since we have to finish Earthbound, I'm going to start a new game when we do the full playthrough of Wonder Project J. I'll name the kid Penis. We'll need to name ourselves something other than punctuation marks. I think we learned that was not ideal. So you got a couple weeks to come up with something equally as clever as Penis for the main character.
So unfortunately, I don't think we're gonna get a whole lot out of this other than just the vibe of the game. But we can appreciate some vibe and just make up what's going on. Like, these people are skiing, and that's cool. Skiing is fun. Yeah, go ahead, Shadows. This is the mystery game. Unfortunately, there is no fan translation for it. There was a translation for it on PC, but it is very difficult to track down. And I would imagine even harder to get running. I love you to say out loud what you think this is saying. I can't even guess. The skiing gives it so little context, and I can read so little of this. Put a script for Archer over this and it's the same thing. I'm gonna assume that these two people in purple are on their honeymoon, because that is the only reason two people would dress in exactly the same skiing outfit. Mildly concerned that Penis may replace Bubsy as the default PC name on this channel. I wouldn't worry too much about that. Penis was just uniquely suited to that, to Wonder Project J. Like, it's definitely because of that specific circumstance. It just fit, chat. There it was, skiing as usual as I'm wont to do. There's that fucker Peter, and I didn't want to seem like a pansy in front of him, so I skied down the Black Diamond course to raise my aura, as the kids say these days. Yeah, Wonder Project B. The music fading out? No, it's not. Mole. I think they might be having some kind of mild argument here. Time for an annulment. Mole. One of them says mole a lot, which is like, kind of like Kamitachi no Yoru 1, 2, and 3 have 7 insanely hidden meta Easter eggs. Revolve around a meta plotline about Chunsoft doing cult shit. Hiding messages when there's game dialogue talking about a tester making a hitting message about something sinister going on. That's pretty cool. That sounds really neat. Alright, let's take the ski lift. Nothing bad ever happens on ski lifts. I can't wait to go down this hill again. Never mind, we're actually getting on our 4-wheel drive now. Let's take a drive through the snowy mountain at night. Everything will definitely be fine. I am an expert driver on snow-packed roads. Let's talk about our investment portfolio while we're doing this. Something's happening on December 21st. Oh, that's my birthday. I sure hope nothing bad happens to me before my birthday. Look, we've made it to the Overlook Hotel. I heard they were closed for the winter, but the caretaker there said we could come right on in. What a nice guy. I'm sure he's well adjusted. Peter looks suspiciously good in that ski suit. I admit, the Simpsons reference, "It's like I'm wearing nothing at all," came to mind. I gritted my teeth as I tried to push the thought out of my head. I think a light jazz band is following us in another car. Inside, it looked like a perfectly normal house. Oh, we get a choice, and I don't know what they are. A, please. The shadow people have decided to sit on the couch. No beer, no video games, make oddish something. Especially this is really creepy one where it says something like, since this game is fiction, these murders can't be real, over and over, filling the screen with sensor bars. Oh, creepy. Go crazy! Don't mind if I do! If we track down the translations worth a play, I don't think we can. I don't think that's on the table. Who are these women watching us? Oh my god, it's the Fates! From Titan Quest 2, they followed us here! Nemesis can't be far behind. Something something raised on a tiny island, something something the chosen one. It's a bit of an ending. I'm not expecting to spoil anything. There's a route you can follow where you can have perfectly normal business meeting. Have nothing bad happen at all. That's cool. This version has no translation. Your only option is tracking down a delisted fan translation of a PC remake or an iOS port that also got delisted. Yeah, it's not happening. Don't want to disappoint anybody, but there are some things that are just too far outside the realm. Yeah, just watch Clue. Too far outside of what we can manage. Played on Game Center CX, just as someone's killed at the cabin, everyone's trying to figure out which one of them did it. Yeah, the Nintendo Power breakdown of it mentioned more or less that. You are snowed in a lodge in Nagoya. Wait, the city I'm from? Because it don't snow that much in Nagoya, and there's also not lodges there. Cascantus has a real genuine non-supernatural mystery story or yokai murdering people. That's pretty cool. I tell you what, chat, let's make a deal. Because this is... Okay. So this is from Chunsoft, which we know now is Spike Chunsoft, right? Right? Peter dies? I like music. Nagano, thank you. Nagano Prefecture. That makes a lot more sense. That makes a whole lot more sense. As backgrounds or photos of an actual lodge in Nagano. That's pretty cool. I like that. So anyway, where I was going with this, if Spike Chunsoft still has the rights to distribute this, and they're just sitting on them, Spike Chunsoft's American office is actually very close to where I live. And they're not hiring right now, believe me, I checked. But y'all could finagle some way to get me employed there, I could make this happen. 1 and 2 did get a Switch remaster. Oh, or they are getting ones. Oh, okay, cool. Well, that settles that then. Yeah, Hunger Stream. That was not my plan. That was not my plan. Okay, so that was neat. And if sometime in the indistinct future, if there is a translated version of that we can play through, I'll certainly keep it in mind. But yeah, for now I'm afraid it is an impossibility. So yeah. Considering the time of evening, considering all that we've done tonight, considering how much I wore myself out naming our robot boy in Wonder Project J Penis, I think I'm gonna go ahead and call it just a little early tonight. I'm gonna close. I will do you the favor of closing requests and turning the page so you can see what we have to look forward to on Saturday. And that will be Front Mission, Lady Stalker, Fever, and Super Robot. Front Mission and Lady Stalker, I think I have fan translations of these. Fever I don't, but it's Pachinko, so who gives a fuck. And then Super Robot, I don't have a fan translation of this specific one, but I do have a fan translation of an adjacent one. So I'm afraid we can't play this specific one, but we can play one. Is it you stalk ladies or a lady who stalks people? I'm afraid I can't get into it now, but we can talk about it on Saturday. It's supposed to be a sequel to Landstalker replays the female rival character, so Lady Stalker. So you're a lady who stalks people. Okay. Well, that clears that up. Makes my job a lot easier. So, all right, chat. Let's talk about the schedule, and then I'll let you get going a little early tonight. Tomorrow night is our big Grim Dawn multiplayer evening. Those of you that enjoy playing Grim Dawn, join me for a bit of chill, relaxing adventuring through the double apocalypse. And if you're not a fan of playing Grim Dawn, well, come hang out with us and see what happens when we get a bunch of idiots together to fight evil. We'll be right back here on Saturday. Probably playing everything on this page, because that tends to be how these things go. Slow start once Penis got involved, things really kicked up. I mean, this was an extremely eventful evening. More so than most Nintendo Power Nights, because a vote was called, and it succeeded. Y'all, under your own power, have put a new classic Super Famicom game on our full playthrough list, and it's gonna happen right after Earthbound. So, soon-ish, chat. You did good. I'm proud of you. Democracy in action. No stream on Sunday. I'm gonna stream on Sundays, and Monday, like I said, we start Earthbound. Earthbound is on the way, chat. And your successful democracy tonight ensured that there will be no democracy whatsoever for Earthbound. We're just playing the damn thing. We're just going in on it. So, all right, let me go find somebody to raid. Let me go see if there are any doors we can knock upon. Ooh, I think I will throw you over to Blue Zest tonight. They're playing the Odyssey DLC for RimWorld, which I am rather curious about myself. So let's go see how that's treating them. Anyway, gang, thank you so much for coming out tonight. Thank you for all the chaos wrought this evening, the solid hour of rambling we did at the beginning, futzing around with the precursor of RPG Maker, and of course, Wonder Project Penis. I'm honestly really looking forward to getting to our full playthrough of that. I think it's going to be a really, really interesting and really gratifying one. But of course, we got to get through Earthbound first. So thanks again for coming out. Hopefully, I will see you tomorrow night for our Grim Dawn multiplayer night. But until then, as always, y'all take care. Bye, everybody.